Well, friends, welcome. Come on in the house and sit down. Grandpa's got something to talk to you about today. I want to get back on this subject of this rapture theory again. I know I keep hammering it into the ground, but I just feel it necessary to drum it into people's heads that there is no rapture. That Jesus Christ is coming only one time. That's all that's needed, is one time. Now, over in 1 Thessalonians in chapter 4, this is where they come up with this rapture theory. Verse 15. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. This is their rapture theory. Where does it even hint that there's a rapture, that this isn't the final return of Christ? Where does this, how do they get Christ is going to come more than one time out of there? He's only coming one time. Down here in chapter 5 and verse 2, I want you to notice this now as we carry on, as we go on through this. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. I want you to remember that, because this is going to come up again a little bit. The day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. That's 1 Thessalonians 5:2. And it's going to come up again here directly. But right now I want to go over here to 1 Corinthians. You don't hear people talk too much about this. They kind of skirt around it. But it says almost word for word exactly what we just read over in Thessalonians 4th chapter. Listen to this. 1 Corinthians 15th chapter, and start with the 51st verse. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. There's 7 trumpets. Now John Hagee and the rest of them, everybody that preaches this Rapture Doctrine, says we're going up out of here at the 4th chapter of John, where he looks down, he tells him, he said, come up hither. Hogwash. Hogwash. Listen to Grandpa. Listen to the Bible. It says it's going to be at the last trump. 7 seals, 7 vials, 7 trumpets. This is going to be at the last trumpet. It says it right there, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we, who are alive and remain, shall be changed. Now listen to this. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? Look over here. Same chapter 15. We'll start with verse 20. But now is Christ risen from the dead, and become the first fruits of them that slept. For since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead. For as in Adam all die, even so in Christ shall all be made alive. But every man in his own order. Christ the first fruit, afterward they that are Christ at his coming. Now, I'm going to jump up here a little bit. Verse 26, it says what? The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. Now over here, when we have been caught up in the twinkling of an eye, and we've been changed, and the dead has risen. O death, where's thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? That enemy death has just been defeated, has it not? So, but let's go on back over to the 24th chapter. After all this takes place, when the end does come, I'm going to jump over here first. Peter, 2 Peter 3rd chapter, verse 10. Now remember I told you over in 1 Thessalonians 5 and 2, the day of the Lord come like a thief in the night. 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. There it is. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Now, that's what happens when Christ comes. Listen to Grandpa. This is the way it's going to happen. This is the way it's laid out here in the book. The last trumpet is going to blow. Jesus is going to come. One time only. That will be the end of everything. The end of the world. He's going to come. The dead will rise up. As it says here, we that are alive and remain will be changed in the twinkling of an eye. That last enemy, death, has been destroyed. And then look what happens. The place catches on fire. It all burns up. Verse 24 of 15th chapter, 1 Corinthians. Then comes the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to God. He turns everything right back over to God. He's in charge now. This is his 1,000-year reign. This is his kingdom. And when it is at 25, it says, for he must reign till he hath put all enemies under his feet. And then when that happens, that enemy will be defeated. That is the last enemy. This is the 1,000-year reign, the millennium of Jesus Christ. I'm not going to get into the whole thing right now because it'll blow your mind. You think Grandpa crazy, but you can see for yourself right here. This is it. Once he comes as a thief in the night, and everybody is carried off, and everything in the world is just burnt to a crisp, then he turns everything back over to God. Verse 28. And when all things shall be subdued unto him, then shall the Son also himself be subject unto him that put all things under him, that God may be all in all. That's it. There is no rapture. You're going to be here if you're alive until the end comes. God's going to make us go through all that tribulation, just like them people in Exodus. When the death angel came through, God saw the blood and passed them by. Revelation says that seal in your forehead is going to be the same as that blood on the doorpost back over there in Exodus. You're going to be sealed. People will drop around you, but you're going to be just fine as long as you trust in the Lord. That's the way it is. It's wrote out. That's the way it is. Grandpa is telling you the truth now. Once again, those fruit trees that they planting over there in Israel, them olive trees and all that mess, and that temple they want to build for Jesus to come and sit down over earth in. When he comes, it's going to be burned up. How can there be a millennial when it's burned up? How can they be sacrificing animals in that temple when it's burned up when he comes? That's what the Bible said. The day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. We're going to be called up. The world's going to catch on fire. Everything burned up. And a new earth is coming. Can't get no slapper. Can't get no plainer than that. It's that simple. Praise God. Well, I thank you for listening. I thank you for dropping by and seeing old Grandpa. And you come back again and we're going to have some more goodies for you. And you keep looking up and you keep waiting. Jesus Christ is coming that one time only. And you be ready. Subscribe to the channel. Share it amongst your friends on your Facebook pages and everything. Tell all your friends about it so Grandpa can get this word out to people. Would you help him with that? And Grandpa sure love you for it. Until you drop back by again, thanks for stopping by.